But, okay, Gus made a really, really, really big impact on us, and I do remember as a kid being like, "Yes, that's gonna be important now and later."
Audience, welcome back to Core Memory, a podcast about movies. I'm your host, Cortney Warner, and I'm so excited because this week I have not one, but two amazing guests joining me. Oh my God, everyone give it up for Laura and Izzy Solomon. Oh,
The crowd that's wild.
what's up? Oh my God, how are you guys? And thank you for being here.
Hi, we're so good. Thank you so much for having us. What a delight to hear your voice and see your beautiful face.
Oh, likewise. I get to see two beautiful faces tonight, so it's very exciting. And they happen to be the same face, which is also great. Uh, for those who don't know, audience, Laura and Izzy are twins, identical twins, and it's along with they also are many other things beyond that. They are musicians, they are tiny miniature artists. They're very funny and they're fun and they're the fucking best. And I'm so excited you guys are here.
Oh, thank you, but we love you. Thank you so much for having us.
Of course.
So,
This is gonna be awesome. So, yeah, audience, Laura and Izzy are part of a band called Heinous Orca, which is amazing, and they also do some busking with our some of our other friends for fun, and yeah, they're just incredible. So I'm stoked to talk with them tonight. The two things that they brought, and this is also a core memory first too, because their first movie is Cinderella, classic, and their favorite piece of media as an adult isn't a movie, but a TV show, but it feels like it could be a movie. It's Fleabag! Oh my god, so excited. One of the best TV shows ever made, in my opinion, honestly, it's so
yeah.
good. So let's kick it off. Let's start off with Cinderella. Here's some quick stats for Cinderella. Came out in 1950. It had 3 directors, Clyde Geronimi, Wilfred Jackson, and Hamilton Luske. And the voice cast includes Eileen Woods, Eleanor Audley, and Verna Felton. I don't know any of these people at all. Um, but I mean, I guess they're probably all dead now because it came out in 1950, so I'd imagine it doesn't matter. But
Fair, yeah.
so guys, can you tell me what the first time you saw this movie?
Take it away,
Wait, I
Izzy.
can't
I can't remember the exact time I was sat down and told, like, "This is Cinderella." I just remember seeing it all the time. So we didn't actually grow up with the TV, and so we would just be at the mercy of, like, what other people were watching or what was on the TV at our grandma's house who had cable.
Mhm.
But, like, Cinderella, I swear, was on every channel, and so and I'm just like, whenever saying we haven't actually rewatched it in a really long time, but we remembered so many details talking about it together, and so I just think I saw it 1,000 times, but I also looked up today that it was made in 1950, and I was like, I feel like that makes sense, like, it wasn't a new release when we were kids.
Right.
We were born in 1989 for reference, so I just feel like it was, like, something I don't know, the grown-ups were like, "Here's this thing." So I just remember, like, the first time that I saw the movie, but I just know I saw it the second I was born. It's like, to make a really simple question unbelievably convoluted, I saw this movie at some point. Um, I feel like I have a different memory. I feel like I did see it, like, all the way through, and that my main takeaway is, we're not very into princesses as children other than Princess Jasmine.
Oh, still
Um,
the best.
yeah, I mean, she's just, like, irrecoverably hot,
Yeah. Yes.
but okay, I d that's Gus made a really, really, really big impact on us, and I do remember as a kid being like, "Yes, that's gonna be important now and later." I'm
Yeah.
act I'm actually horrified of mice, so that's kind of confusing.
Oh my god.
I love Gus. Shout out Gus, if you're watching this. Gus.
Yeah, we love. What is he? He's like, oh, I'm Gus Gus. And then he like makes
Yeah,
fun.
oh my god. And Cinderella sewing, like, a shirt for him at the beginning of the movie, and she keeps, like, putting it on him, and then it comes back up, like, almost like a curtain or whatever you
Yes,
and it just keeps coming back up, and he can't be clothed.
he can't be tamed, you know? Also, nothing. She's like, "Please be modest." He's like, "No, I can't be. No, I must expose myself." He's too cute. Yeah, it was Jock and Gus Gus, right? Those are the 2 little
Yeah,
ones.
okay, so Jock and Susie were like I don't know if they were a couple, but they were kind of like the lead
Oh,
mice.
right, right.
And then, like, Gus Gus enters the scene. I did actually rewatch when Cinderella first meets Gus Gus today.
Oh,
But I think Jock and Susie were the lead mice, and they go get Cinderella, and they're like, there's a mouse," and then she, like, of course, rushes with her, like, kind, tender heart to go
yeah.
save him, and it's really cute because he's, like, too scared to come out of the trap, and they, like,
Yeah.
talk him I actually watched this on mute, so I don't really know how the dialogue went, but it was real it was I was at work, so I was like, I can't be, like, watching Gus Gus at work as much as I would like to, but they, like, do convince him that they're nice, and then they clothe him, so
Yes.
it's
Oh,
a
that's right.
great
Like,
scene.
that's how she domesticates him a little bit. It's like, you're gonna wear an outfit, you're gonna have a little hat, and that's your whole thing, you know?
Yeah, and little shoes, and the hats are so cute.
They are. It kind of reminds me, like, you describing that 'cause I haven't seen Cinderella in a super long time, but, like, kinda reminds me of, like, it's like the clothes almost make the animal, like, more, like, I guess, civilized. Because I think about what is it, like, I think in Arthur, the TV show Arthur, they, like, brought in, like an animal for show and tell, but it's, like, they're all animals in the show.
Yeah. Yeah, and in, like, in the Disney World, Goofy is a dog and is Mickey Mouse's friend, but Pluto is a pet and is Mickey Mouse's dog.
That's right, it's so
Like, literally
weird.
unclothed. Weird how the unclothed equals, like, pet. Means pet.
Yeah.
Clothed equals some sort of in between. They're these in
Right.
between creatures.
Yeah, so you're something anthropomorphic for sure. You're not just
Yeah.
that's true. Cause yeah, Pluto is a dog, and it's like but then Goofy has a whole ass fucking family. He has Max, and I guess he must have had a wife at some point or he knocked somebody up to have Max, you know? So, what gives, you know? And Pluto wears a collar. I think that's I don't know, that it probably has something to do with racism, I'm sure. You know what I mean?
I like how it blinked out racism.
Yes, that's always the answer for things. I'm like, it's probably like time zones, probably racist. I don't know. So,
And just there's a dog and there's also a cat in Cinderella,
oh yeah,
and they don't speak, do they? They're just the dog is nice and the cat's mean.
right. It's
They they don't
Lucifer's the cat, right?
yeah, Lucifer's horrifying,
Yeah.
but his Lucifer's amazing.
Yes.
And he goes like this, and he's like, "Tink," and his little claw comes out of his
Yes.
paw, and there's an epic chase scene where there's, like, a string of pearls involved too, and there's beads going everywhere, and it has to escape Lucifer, and it's really exciting.
Oh yes, I remember that. And then Bruno is the. I'm remembering all of this now. Yeah, Bruno's the dog. I didn't look up the character name. I'm like, well, Cinderella, Prince Charming, we fucking got it. You know what I mean? Yeah,
And we could ever like all the pets, all the animals, let's name them all.
yeah. Let's name every little animal.
I honestly have no idea what the prince's name is. Did he know his name?
I think it's just Prince Charming. I don't think they bothered to give him a name.
Yeah, I don't I like my interpretation of the movie was legitimately because there's also a really cute scene where Gus Gus is collecting corn,
Yeah.
stacking it from his hands to his chin, and it keeps popping out to gather all again. So, like, for me, it was definitely not I think I didn't know the movie was about Cinderella and Prince Charming. I think I just thought it was, like, animals and then a girl who, like, had some shoe problems.
Yeah.
Which, like, my interpretation.
That's a 10 out of 10 review for Cinderella. Uh, for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, definitely check out Cinderella. They have animals and girls be shopping. They love shoes. So so how do you think this movie impacted you guys creatively or your imagination as kids, if you felt like it impacted you at all?
I think it for, like I think it was more about the animals and that's still a theme in our life
Yeah.
than just how cute it was. Like all the art Lord I make is always like pretty cute in that. Not as cute as Gus Gus, but I think like we love cute things in our house, cute things in our car, cute things on our computer. It's like almost a disease. Yeah, I would say like if there's like a muse out there, it's like anything cute. And so Gus Gus would be like in my top 5 cute things. So like in a way, everything I've ever made, part of it's for Gus Gus. And like Theodore Chipmunk.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
shout out to Theodore Chipmunk, and then Totoro. Yeah,
Yes.
shout out to Totoro's probably number 1. So number 1 news, yeah. Totoro's the number 1, but I think that those things it's not like we make are of those things, but it's just more like they're amused. Gus and Toto. The whole vibe, though. It's not just that they're cute, it's the vibe of those.
Right. I get that. It's like kinda like where you can see like a hot guy and he can be hot, but you're like, "No, because his vibe is off." You know what I mean? Kinda the same deal. I get it.
Oh, and her stepsisters were really, really fun.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they were so wretched, but they were so funny, and one of them, like, stands with, like, her butt permanently, really like,
Yes.
her back arched and her butt, like, crazy,
Yes.
kind of, like I feel like they were impactful too, just because they were so funny and so
Yeah.
awful, so hideous. So and it was also, like Izzy said, one of the very few things we saw growing up, so it was definitely impactful in that way, like, we weren't exposed to very much media growing up.
I get
And I think on like a more serious tone, I think I still, and this is naive and idealistic, but I always want things to be fair. I want things to be fair. I want them to be fair. And in capitalism, they just aren't and they can't
Mhm.
be.
Yeah.
But in Cinderella, it's like she's treated so poorly. She's made to be the servant, and then she ends up being the princess, and then she lives happily ever after. And it's like even like as a kid, I really thought like that's the natural outcome of things.
Right.
And I cared that that be the natural outcome of things. And then as an adult, I think like most of the things I've done like professionally or most of the things I care about socially, it's like I desperately want things to be fair. And like they're farther from it than ever, and they never were fair. But I would just say thematically influencing you, it's just that like that satisfying.
She's the quintessential rags to riches, like, person you wanna see succeed.
Right, for sure. She like, I know that I think Cinderella's set in France or something, but she is kind of the American dream, you know what I mean? It's like you
Yeah.
are poor, you have nothing, and it's like, oh, then everything works out. Like that's kind of like what everyone's being sold on, you know what I mean? So she,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I was looking
Like
up
really unrealistic, but
So unrealistic.
up whether Cinderella was, like, her actual name, and I guess her name was, like, Ella in other texts or something,
Oh,
what
okay.
have you, other versions, but, like, they called her Cinderella, I think it was, like, a mean nickname because she, like, had to sleep in the ashes to, like, try to stay warm, so I was like, "Damn, that's hardcore."
Yeah, right. Oh, Cinderella. Oh, I see. Yeah, like,
Yeah, yeah.
damn, that's fucking mean.
No, it's, like, horrifying.
well, did I
Yeah.
this isn't relevant to how it affected me now, but it's also just really bizarre because her dad wasn't evil, he was just missing in action.
Yeah.
It's also like that's confusing. It's like you were so missing in action that your daughter became a maid.
He didn't die, he died.
Oh, did he
I
die?
think he died. Yeah. Yeah, he was missing in action, is he? Yeah, he was missing in action.
Izzy's like, "Her dad sucks for dying, he should've shut up for her more."
Forgot, like, because she's the stepmom, but I forgot that he died, so then she has retained custody. Okay,
Right.
so he has a heart attack and dies, at least in the, like, real person one. He goes like this. Oh, wait, then no one can see me, but he, like, feels his wrist, and his arm goes numb, and he falls off his horse and dies. But I
Right.
just think he could have done more, like, not die.
He could have set her up for success, honestly, and he did do that.
But he could have not married like an asshole.
Right, like, man, there's so many parallels with both of your picks tonight too, which is actually it just hit me. But yeah, he could have, like, not married someone shitty, like, it's not that it's so easy to not marry anyone, you know what I mean? Like, you deep
Yeah, I mean, I'm 36, unmarried, it's been really easy to be unmarried.
yeah,
So
there it's the easiest thing for me so far in life. It's like these fucking men, they'll just settle down with whoever, you know what I mean? They're like, "Oh, well, she'll take care of me," and I'm just like, "Fucking make your own sandwich." I don't know.
Are we allowed to ask back? Like,
Oh,
has
yeah.
Cinderella been impactful to you in any way?
Hmm. I think so. I think, like, definitely one of the early movies I was shown as a kid too, like, definitely a lot of Disney stuff. Cinderella was never my favorite, but I do like the idea of, like, having a fairy godmother that will fix everything, you know? 'Cause I think
Yeah.
I learned from my therapist that what I do as an adult still it's called maladaptive daydreaming because when you have a rough childhood, you kinda make up whole scenarios in your mind, and you talk to yourself, and you talk to the people in your head. Now I sound insane, but apparently a lot of people do it.
Not at all.
And so, like, as a young kid, I was just like, "Oh, I would love to." It was like Cinderella, and then it was like I remember thinking, it was like Cinderella and then, any of the other things where it's like, oh, like, you secretly become like a princess or like, Princess Diaries is another one too, where it's like, "Oh, you actually are the heir to this royal crown, and you're gonna be set for life." And so I think for me, a lot of times it was just like a bit of escapism. Um, and then, yeah, I just think, like, I just think the animals are super cute too, big fan of the animals. Yeah, Gus and Jock, they were good comedic relief for sure, and Yeah, I think I also just never wanted sisters after watching Cinderella. I know you 2 are sisters, but I was like, "Man," and you have another sister too. But I was like, "Man, sisters are mean. I don't want any sisters." So, I think that's how it impacted me.
Maybe the cautionary tale there is that like stepsisters are horrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, have them, keep them, get them from the first marriage. Don't bring them in. Don't blend the families, you know? Mm. But yeah, no, I really I would love Cinderella. I love well, my favorite iteration of Cinderella, and I wanna ask you guys this too. My favorite is A Cinderella Story, the Hilary Duff movie. I don't know if you ever saw that in like
Yeah,
2004.
he's very good at it,
Murray in
right?
it? Yeah,
He's
he's the prince.
I feel like we did see it, but I can't remember. It's been so long.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it. Is the original animated version your favorite, or do you like the live action one, or do you have any, or do you like Brandy's version of Cinderella? Do you have like a favorite iteration? There's so many.
I think the original one would probably be the one I'm most familiar with and just the most impacted by Gus Gus and all the animal scenes. There's also another amazing scene where the mouse is under the teacup
Yes.
hiding from them. Like, it's so good. And I think it isn't me and Laura's favorite childhood movie. It's just the first one I
Yeah.
still were having active memories of.
Yeah.
Um, but so yeah.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah, I did have a be my favorite version of it, but yeah, also kind of the only one I truly think I know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I do love the way that things were animated. Like, I think maybe this might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't really love how impressive animation has gotten these days. Like, I
Yeah.
actually don't want to see every hair on a monster's body.
Yeah.
I really liked old animation when things actually didn't look very real.
Mhm.
I think something about and I kind of like that in art in general. Like, the closer it gets to realism, I don't think it's not impressive. Like, no
Mhm.
shade on anybody who does really realistic things. It's
Right.
just not what sparks my imagination. So I do love things that are, like, less perfect and more kind of like isn't I call it lump sculpture?
Okay.
Kind of things where you get, like, the idea of something more than, like, I don't need to see every strand of hair. I like the
Yeah.
idea that the hair exists. So,
Yeah.
I do like the way that things were animated, like, back in the day, like, 101 Dalmatians also.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, we recently rewatched 101 Dalmatians, and I just love the animation. I don't feel like anything is I wondered if, like, going back, if I would be annoyed, but I wasn't, and then we watched Rescuers. Oh, where I think it's
So good.
Penny?
Yeah. Yeah.
Penny Original Rescuers, but
Yeah.
yeah, Penny and we watched that, and that is just the side of being watercolored, and
Mhm.
I absolutely loved that too. I just think it lets your imagination go more wild and that we all understand an emotion and we all like we can still connect. I can. I know I've also talked to people who are like, I can't go back and watch that old animation, but like I almost can't watch current animation.
I'm with you on that, and it's interesting with because, Cinderella did get the live action treatment from Disney a couple years ago, or I guess probably a decade now at this point, and I didn't hear as much, discourse around Cinderella as maybe, like, Lion King or something where it's like, when you have the live action Lion King or live action, it's all CGI, Live action Lion King versus, like, the original where it's like, you don't get the emotions from these animals as clearly as you do in the 2D animation, It's like the scene for this where the stampede is happening in Lion King where Simba is, like, horrified. You don't really get that in, like, the new stuff because they're made to look realistic, and no animal's gonna they don't have human eyes, you know what I mean? So well, except for pigs do. Pigs do, and they're disgusting. But and some, like, poodles do, and that's weird. But you know what I mean? So it's like so you lose I'm with you guys, you lose, like, an element of magic and also, like of, like, yeah, self of expression when you try to make things too realistic looking, where it's like, yeah, I have a cat, she makes 2 faces, and that's all she can do, you know?
I also maybe I'm not well connected with people who are like I don't
Mhm.
know if this is for sure, but my feeling is I haven't really heard Cinderella be talked about in forever. Like that
Yeah.
isn't a movie that my friends who have kids have shown their kids. It
Mhm.
feels like it died. It feels like a lot of those movies aren't necessarily shown that and there were so many fewer movies also because like less things were made.
You're
And so I
right.
just feel like I don't know, I feel like those have all like not necessarily even things that our generation who grew up with those things have been passed on.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing,
Maybe
like,
my
I just
afraid
I
start
don't know.
Disney people. I can't tell.
Yeah.
Feel like mine is like but back in the day, you weren't a Disney person. Like,
Right.
now you're like a Disney person, but back in the day, my parents didn't give a shit about Disney. That was just sort of like the available sorry,
Right.
I didn't
No, no, you can swear.
but
You can swear on here, don't worry.
okay. So, yeah, and I don't think that that's, like I don't think that Cinderella, it's like this huge deal. Also, Disney also did a thing of like something goes into the vault and like no one knows what that means or why we can no longer access it.
Right.
Everyone's just been in the vault. But I don't think it's something that our generation like valued and then passed on unless you were like a Disney. Unless you are a Disney. I'm gonna say Disney freak, but I mean it.
Yeah, Disney adult, yes. Oh, God.
A Disney adult.
God. They're out there. They exist. I promise you. They walk. They walk amongst us. Yes. But you're right. I don't hear a lot of people talking about Cinderella, the live action or or really any of the other iterations. I mean, I guess like people our age do because we watched it and like all the different versions of it that came out. But like I have friends with kids who I would probably consider them on the Disney adult spectrum a little bit. You know what I mean? And they mentioned like Toy Story, they mentioned like Moana, they mentioned so like Toy Story is not new, but they keep making new toys. So it's all the newer stuff, and it's like, and then it's like for any of the 2D animation, you hear them talk about, like, Beauty and the Beast or Aladdin or whatever, so stuff from the '90s, but, like, not, like, per se, Snow White or Alice in Wonderland or excuse me, Cinderella or anything like that, so I wonder if it's just gonna kind of fade off. I mean, it will never go away, but, will young kids even give a shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I didn't realize how old that was. Like, I didn't realize it came out in the 50s. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, it's super old. Like that, I know that they're like I think Snow White was the first animated Disney movie, came out like in the 30s, and then you have like
Wow.
everything in between there. You have like Cinderella, The Jungle Book, Alice in Wonderland, a bunch of those. I don't remember all the dates for all those, but it was like that wave of Disney movies, and then like you had like the Renaissance with like the '90s movies. I'm not a Disney adult, by the way. I just find this all interesting.
You're just well versed.
Yeah, I like I watch a lot of YouTube videos where they talk about the history of different film studios and stuff, so, like, that's how I know all these things. I don't I've only been to Disney World twice, so I can't consider myself a Disney adult.
You guys, today on the radio, they were, like, trying to win tickets to see a comedian, and you had to answer 3 questions, and the person got 1 right, 1 wrong. It was the question breaker, and I asked her which like, a new Toy Story is being released, what number was it? She guessed 2 and lost.
Oh, no.
It was just, like, really confusing because it was just sort of like, well, probably no one's gonna ask you, like, if it's just the 2nd one, like, that's just such not like, why? But then also I was impressed, deeply impressed by the person. I was just like, she's managed to, like, never have
Yeah.
seen any of the other
Yeah, she does it already. That's incredible. So I think right now
I like Toy Story, but it's just like,
yeah, I think they're making the 5th one, is that right? I'm guessing it's I guess
that's
yeah,
number 5. Yeah, that's number 5.
too many. That's too many of them.
That is too many.
Well, so who was
Or I in
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
I was just curious who was the comedian that they were trying to win tickets for?
Okay, I'm like, I don't wanna, like, out this person on the radio, but I'm deeply impressed by her for not knowing. Matt Rife, I think was his name.
Oh, gross. Sorry. No, they
Who that is.
Oh, you're not missing anything. He's, he blew up on TikTok and Instagram because he is quote unquote attractive, but I think he looks like he swallowed an iPad. He looks like handsome Squidward to me. He's not
Looking at
he got a lot of work.
Just all I mean, he has a square head.
Yeah, like his jaw is just so out there, you know? He just like is I don't I mean, I'm sure he's fine. I don't know. He got famous for being a crowd work comedian. Like his actual material is not that good. He just like talks to people in the audience and I'm like that's not I don't know. I think
Yeah.
yeah, I just don't and like, I've tried watching his comedy special on Netflix and it was just very bad. So it's funny that he still has like an audience, I guess, and that women still like him. So, but whatever. That's so interesting.
She's like,
It's
interesting.
yeah, I almost feel like because I'm guessing he's, like, a very like, he's younger, right?
Yeah, I think he's probably like early 30s, like probably 33, 34, something like that.
Okay, I'm just interested. I'm surprised at the combination of the person who didn't know how many Toy Stories or didn't know there was more than 1 Toy Story, who's
Yeah.
also trying to see Matt Rife.
Right. Yeah. So I wonder, I'm so curious what this woman must be the most interesting woman on the planet, honestly.
If you're listening, we wanna meet you.
Yeah, please. Can I win tickets to meet you, lady? But sorry, I threw us off with the Matt Rife thing. So what were you so you said you were trying to with the Toy Story movies. What were you saying, Izzy, about how you and Laura were like how someone didn't know there were more toys. Maybe we lost the plot with this.
Oh, no. But to tie back to Cinderella, just in theme with Gus Gus, the Toy Story 2 Aliens, also big in.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We don't like the Toy Story movies because we actually, as kids, always feared deeply that our toys were dissatisfied while we were gone.
Oh
And then when you forgot it, then it was like traumatizing, and then it was so strange. Like that was like a deep inner fear that we shared. And then we see this movie, and it's like your toys are devastated if you like give them away or move on in any way. So that like reinforced the trauma. So we're not like huge fans, but the Toy Story 2 aliens are like
so cute.
Admirable.
Yeah. They're so cute and they're funny and like yeah, and the second one too, I know that like what I love that like Pixar did for a while too was they would do like bloopers, over the credits,
Yes, I love that.
but very obviously they had to animate the whole thing and then have the voice actors do all that, which I think is so fun. But they had the bloopers with the aliens were always my favorite, where they were like, "Oh, after this shoot, I'm gonna be on a car commercial after this." Like like we're talking about how they're working actors, you know.
Oh my god, I would want any spinoff they ever did.
Right? And I don't get how they didn't get, like, a spinoff, but, like, the Minions and, like, they all
I think
and they're not as cute, like, they're ripping off the aliens from Toy Story in my
I think
opinion.
the aliens walked so the minions could run for
I agree. Oh my god.
for sure.
I love that you guys, like, your pantheon of, like, cute things. So you have Totoro, you have Gus Gus, you have the aliens. Who are the other ones again?
Theodore Chipmunk,
Theodore Chipmunk. Oh my god. So can I share something
please.
was just with you guys? So I as a young person, again, I also was not exposed to a lot of things either. I had to definitely go. Once I discovered the concept of movies, I had to kind of sneak around and find ways to watch them myself. But like, was homeschooled, didn't have a lot of TV or movie time. But for some reason, Alvin and the Chipmunks was like very big in our house. Maybe because it was a cartoon when my parents were kids. I don't know, to be honest. But like, I had a crush on Simon the Chipmunk.
Oh,
Like, I thought he was so.
like corny.
I thought he's a long, skinny one, like with the learning
No,
over
I
the
thought
glass.
you were gonna say Alvin, which would have been upsetting in his own right, but Simon's just stunning. Like good for you. Well, like truly good for you.
Simon actually no, but Simon tracks. It's like with what you've declared that you find attractive.
Yeah,
Simon actually like yeah, it fits. Like you have a type and it applies to cartoon animals as well.
it's really weird where it's like, like the thing is like I think he's cute, but I think ferrets are fucking disgusting. What is a ferret but like a long chipmunk? You know what I mean? So
For sure. Ferrets are scary.
there's no.
Bit by like one too many.
Oh really? Oh my god! I was hooking up with this guy once, and he had pet ferrets. He probably still does, honestly, and that was like the deal breaker for me. I'm like, everything else is great, but you have excuse me, but you have fuzzy worms for pets, and I can't stand I can't sit with that. But yeah, Simon Chipmunk, or yeah, Simon the Chipmunk was my one of my first celebrity crushes.
Yeah, I'm
That's
impressed by that. Yeah, that
Me too. I get that.
Thank you. Alvin was kind of a bully. I feel like he was kind of
Oh yeah, Alvin Chuck.
he was too aggro. He'd be really into Joe Rogan and taking like creatine and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Where Simon, he's the intellectual. He probably likes to read. He probably like listen. He probably like listens to women run podcasts. I don't know. But Theodore's a cutie pie. There was I remember there's the one of the home direct to VHS movies for the Chipmunks was where Theodore becomes a werewolf. Have you guys seen this?
Oh my god, have we seen it?
Yeah, have you guys seen this one? I love it because it's so cute because he's in love with the Chipette Eleanor and he gets her the little necklace.
Oh my god, Eleanor.
Yeah, it's just so cute. What is it? There's Bridget, Eleanor, then Brittany, I think are the three Chipettes.
Oh yeah, I think it is. Wow, you nailed it.
Thank you. I mean,
See the Chipmunk Adventure movie?
She had to go for competition. Like she had to
Yes.
consequence for Simon's heart.
yes, I had to know that Bridget was who was competing. Yeah, she was the little chipmunk with the glasses, and I'm like, I also have round glasses. I don't know anyway, but yes, I love the Chipmunk Adventure with all the music. That one triple platinum in my house for sure.
Oh, for sure. I mean, they hide at one point. Part of the treasure hunt is that there's like little diamonds inside little.
The dolls.
Do you remember this? Yeah, these little tiny dolls of them, the little miniatures of them. It was like,
Yeah,
oh, it was just. I'm still processing that. Actually,
it's
just
so
like
good.
take on.
Oh, it is so
So
much to
good.
take on, but it's so good. God damn, that is a blast from the past. I feel like we have a lot of overlap on things, which is probably because given that we lack of TV, resources as a kid. It's like, oh, this is what we watch. But yeah, I love the Chipmunks. Yeah, I still, and so fun fact in the newer Chipmunk movies, this has nothing to do with anything we're talking about tonight, classic, but in the newer movies, Simon is voiced by Matthew Gray Gubler, who I'm also deeply in love with, and was probably my first human celebrity crush.
Wow, so that's like double
Yeah.
double for you.
Like, yeah, it's all about me. Google him right now. Just look him up. We'll take a second. You'll see why I like him. Or I'll send you some photos. I'll send you some of my favorite.
Perfect. Does he look like Simon?
He is a tall, skinny brunette man, and very like very weird and like artsy fartsy, and but also like very goofy. He's known for he was in Criminal Minds, a TV show, which is my mom's favorite show. So that was one of the few things that was on all the time too. We had the Chipmunks, we had Disney, and then we had Criminal Minds.
What a combo. No,
I know, dude. Yeah,
it's all rounded.
excuse me, very well rounded. But yeah, well, I'm glad that we got to connect. This is incredible because I don't know a lot. I don't have a lot of people to talk to about the Chipmunks, honestly.
I think we should rewatch all the classics, like all the
Yeah, Daryl.
Yes, let's have a movie night. I'll come over since it'll be easier for me since there's two of you in one house and there's one of me. I'll just come to you guys, and we can.
Perfect.
Our other friends can join too, of course, but they have to watch the whole movie with us.
Yeah, you're not up. We'll lock all the doors. Like no one's allowed to leave until
They can't.
movies are watched.
They can't. I feel like the only one that would be super down for that would probably be Michael. You know what I mean? I think he'd be down.
Okay, I think that's Michael came down for anything because he's
Yeah,
just
general.
unbelievably good movies for me and Izzy to watch. And Izzy and I watch every single rom-com that comes out on Netflix and hate it. And then we tell him he has to watch it so we can process it together. So like it's so sad for him and he always does watch it. So like I do think he would watch the Chipmunks. It'd be like a true upgrade for him considered
Yeah.
probably to watch.
Laura and I briefly had a record collection, but we often get struck by minimalist panic and then give everything away.
Oh, I do.
So we just panicked and got rid of our record collection. But in doing so, realized that the only repeat artist that we had was in fact the Chipmunks because we had the Chipmunks punk and the Chipmunks Christmas album.
Oh my God, the classics. It's almost, and I love that you guys are also Jewish and you have the Chipmunks Christmas album.
We're still waiting for them to release the Hanukkah album.
Hey, they're waiting. Hey, it'll happen. And let's. I say on this podcast, there's so many good ideas that come up, and I'm like, where's the Chipmunks Hanukkah album?
Exactly.
I mean, you're
Chipmunks Broadway.
right. I feel like you guys got some bangers for Hanukkah. I'm sure. You got what is it? I mean, I just think of Adam Sandler's album now at this point, but that's a classic.
Yeah.
And now there's some.
Pour some good on you, yarmulke. It's time for Hanukkah.
Do you really, really wanna have a happy Hanukkah?
Are you guys gonna cover this at a Hannah's Orca show coming up? I feel like you should.
100%. Yes. I like to represent Hanukkah when we're not in the season, just to make people in the South even more confused as to what
Yeah.
Jewish holidays are.
I had someone ask me and I'm not gonna out who it is. You don't know them personally, but they were like, we were talking about like Amish traditions, and they kept saying like Rosh Hashanah, and I'm like, yeah, when you have Rosh Hashanah and then you never return back to the village, and I'm like, what? And I was like, do you mean Rumspringa? And they're like, oh yeah, that. And I'm like, I don't.
Someone in college asked me what the difference between Hanukkah and a menorah was, and I couldn't stop laughing at it. And like they got mad at me for thinking it was funny, but I was like, but that's like me asking what the difference between Christmas and a Christmas tree is. Like one's an object that is fucking funny.
Yes, it is funny. Or it's like, I mean, that's hilarious. I mean, Google existed when we were in college. They could have just looked that up, you know. But anyway, are you guys ready to move on to Fleabag? Let's fucking go. Okay, so this audience, so the twins, Lauren, Izzy brought us Fleabag. It's our first TV show to review on this podcast, and here's some quick stats for Fleabag. So, the first season came out in 2016. Created, written, directed, starring Phoebe Waller-Bridge, also starring Andrew Scott, Olivia Colman, Brett Gelman, and Sean Clifford, among many other people on this show. So, ladies, why is this your favorite?
Oh my God, Laura.
Oh,
It's your piece.
do you want me to do you want me to answer, or do you just want to like say my name and then you continue? Well, I admit. What?
You answer.
Oh, I answer? Okay. Okay, Izzy and I have a really hard time with dramas because like we are really overly sensitive. I think probably again not being exposed to a lot of media.
Yeah.
So I feel annoyed if something's badly written, but yeah, I still have to cry over the person. And so we don't watch a lot of dramas. But also sometimes like sitcoms are just annoying. So
Yeah.
like as a result, we have like a hard time with TV. And this was like just the perfect combination of like to me, it's a perfect combination of it is ultimately a drama. Like, it is sad. This person's out, like, we get introduced her at a really rough time in her life, and she's making really bad decisions and has some horrible people in her life. She's very unseen, I would say.
Mhm.
But then it's perfectly combined with comedy.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's funny the entire time, even though you really deeply feel for her. So I'd say for me, like, it's the perfect combination of like a dramedy, I guess I would say.
Yeah, definitely. And Izzy?
Yeah, I agree, and for me, it was just so unique. I personally can't think of another TV show like it. I was
Yeah.
hooked. Like, I'm just obsessed with her and obsessed with that as a main character, and that you never even know her name, and that she's just known as Fleabag, and then breaking the okay, it's the third wall. I don't know what wall.
Oh, fourth wall, fourth wall.
Okay. Okay, breaking the fourth wall, like, anything that might be kitschy to me also becomes cringy really quickly, and they break the fourth wall just it's incredible how well they do it and how, like, in on everything you are with her,
Yeah.
and so I remember that Siona, we watched it because it was, like, 9:30 at night or something, and Laura and I were hanging out with my boyfriend at the time, and Siona just came over. She was like, "Hi, you guys, like, I need to come over into your house and put on a TV show for you." And she's never done that before, and
Yeah.
here she's just like, I mean, a need is a need, like, it wasn't a want. And so she came over and put it on, and I was like, from second one, it's like my favorite thing ever. And so I just love the confidence that Siona presented it with, like it wasn't misguided.
Oh, no, yeah, that's and that I mean, that leads into my second question, which was, like, your first time seeing it, so you guys what a great story, like, your friend our friend Ziona was just like, "We have to watch this now. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. We're dropping everything." I love that because it's brilliant, like, you mentioned breaking the fourth wall, how it could be kinda cheesy. Excuse me. Um, I rewatched the first episode today, and I was thinking about where she's talking to Ratface, that guy, the subway rat or the bus rat, and
Yeah.
they're like giggling and they're standing like getting ready to get off, and they're like, "Oh," and then she's like, "I hate myself," and she like will sit with the camel.
Yes, yes.
So relatable. Oh my god. The amount of times that I've done where I'm just like, "Oh," then I'm like, "Courtney, fucking what are you doing?" You know, like this I mean, I feel like everything she does, it just like because it could have been played off as it is a gimmick, it could be played off as more of a gimmick, but it's like it really just gives you good insight into the character and also it's built into the storytelling and it's just so good where it's like everything that she thinks to herself, I'm just like, yeah, I would also think that same thing if I were in that situation, it's so real.
Yeah, you're so connected to her, like, there's certain things I've seen that I actually just can't imagine the person not being that, and, like, that's one of those things, especially if I'd never seen her in anything else, so for me, she's, like, permanently Fleabag, and that was, like, not a character.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, I've seen her I've seen her in a couple other things. She was in a show called Crashing, which I think she also wrote on or directed or something too, or co-created or something. And she was, like, kind of an ass excuse me, I'm so sorry. She was kind of a dick in that too, but it wasn't as, like, charming, like, she just kinda sucked in that too, and then I've seen her in a few other things too, but she is just Fleabag to me, you know what I mean? Like, she just can't she's so good at it, and when you watch interviews with her, she's, like, nothing like that character, she's very, like, poised and, like, kinda quiet and stuff, and I'm just like, "This is so interesting," you know?
That's so wild.
I think yeah. I think she's a genius. Do you remember when they're trying to bring like some excitement into her on again, off again boyfriend? Not into him, but
Oh, yeah.
into that relationship with her on again, off again boyfriend
Yeah,
and
yes,
doing surprise dish.
yes,
I don't remember his. It's like something like dinner, and then a princess literally like approaching him in the shower with a knife,
yeah,
and like she makes him cry. If you
yes.
Crystal,
It's so
like
good.
these ideas that she has are just so funny.
And how she, like,
But
ma
at the same time,
Oh, go
go
ahead,
ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say on top of that, her masturbating to Obama's speech.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, "You're doing it again, you're doing it again."
It's so amazing, and they don't take any of their characters for granted. It's really surprising when she goes and she asks for a loan, and she accidentally takes her sweater off,
Yes.
and so she doesn't get the loan, and the guy thinks she's really inappropriate and all this. But then he comes back into the plot
Season
when
2, yeah.
yeah, and she's at the retreat, and he's at a different retreat, but they're neighbors, and they just sort of connect in a really human way.
Yeah.
And then eventually, I can't even really remember how, but he ends up, like, going to her cafe. He ends up babysitting the cafe at one point, and
Right.
she does end up getting that loan, and so it's fun that that character you could just write that scene off and be like, "It's just a funny scene that she lost the loan for that reason,"
Mhm.
but he actually comes back around, that character does,
It
and
is
that was cool.
I think so too, cause yeah, like, when you're watching that he could've just been a throwaway character, but the fact that they reconnect and everything too is really interesting, and it's just, like it's just a testament to her storytelling and her writing, and I think it's cool that the show started out as a one-woman show that she was doing on the West End in England, and so, like, she was doing all these characters. So everything that she did, like, these she fleshed everything out from these characters, so she was just doing, like it was just her, so I think her talking to the camera, I think also is why it feels more natural and not like a gimmick, you know what I mean? Because she was essentially doing that for her one-woman show. I just think is really cool.
Oh, I had no idea. So Fleabag kind of originated out of the one woman show she was doing.
Mhm, yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah,
Really.
I actually have so I have, like, all the scripts from the first 2 from both seasons, but I also have, like, like, the actual, like, one-woman show, like, the script. You guys are welcome to borrow it sometime. It's really
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, it's really fascinating to read it because it's like there's things that she changed for sure, like, for television, but also a lot of stuff that she kept from her show into the TV show, which is really cool. It's like just how to adapt 2 different mediums, It's just really interesting. Mm.
I would love to read that. It's
Yeah,
shaking. Oh my god. The stepmom and her sister's husband are two of
Yes.
the most like if I they're literally
Vile.
they're vile. Yeah, they're so awful. They're two of the most awful
Yeah.
characters I've ever seen in my life. Like there's certain people who like I would spontaneously punch if I saw on the street without
Yeah.
being able to help it. And like her stepmom and that guy, like
Oh my
just
god.
two of those people. Like they're revulsive. Is that a word?
Revolting. Revolting, yeah. Repulsive and revolting. Yeah. Revulsing. We got a new word.
They're just so awful and in very different ways, but
Yes.
those thoroughly awful.
Disgusting, and, like yeah, I've seen both. It's Olivia Colman and Brett Gelman who play them, and I've seen them in other things too, and it's crazy that he's the only American in the show too, and he's just a giant piece of shit, you know what I mean?
Oh, how
I
satisfying.
I know, I clocked that the first time I watched him, like, he's the only American in this, and also he's awful, of course he is. And then, yeah, Olivia Colman, I've seen her in a bunch of stuff, and she's just such a talented actress, but she's so good that you hate her as a stepmom, like, she's just awful. Like, I wanna smack her so bad, you know what I mean?
Me too. She literally paints the portrait of them, and Fleabag's not allowed to like turn
Well, I know.
around in it. She's not allowed to be in the portrait. It's
I know,
crazy.
it's so fucked up. She's like, "No, don't turn around. No, 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 this is the angle that I need." It's like, "Fuck you, man."
And she's just like she never isn't a complete asshole.
Yeah.
It's great that like her sister, Fleabag's sister, is mad at Fleabag for like constantly fucking up.
Right.
So for stealing that statue
Yeah.
from the stepmom's house. But in the end, Fleabag, she kind of makes Fleabag return it, and Fleabag does. And then the stepmom's just so hideous that then the sister re-steals it.
Yes.
She just like is irredeemable. The stepmom's irredeemable.
And did they just throw that out? They just throw the gold
But
bust
this is
out.
thrown away.
Yeah, yeah. Which
Yeah.
I love.
I
Like,
love that
yeah,
too.
I love it's the principle of the matter, Good for them, cause like, yeah, fuck her, man. Like, and also, like,
Yeah.
fuck the dad, though, too, you know what I mean? Like, he made like, well, she preyed on him while he was grieving, but also he, like, was okay he like, another fucking passive fucking man in society, like, "I need someone to make my bed, I guess she'll do." You know what I mean?
Right. That the Cinderella connection is
Yeah.
even though I do acknowledge now that Cinderella's dad did die, it's like that person didn't become a monster overnight.
Yeah.
Like, come on. She had bad vibes from the get-go. And then with this woman, she's so awful and she made a play on him the second their friend died.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like
and his first wife.
Dude, that you feel so defensive of Fleabag because yeah, she's made some really bad decisions, but she's also like the only one in that family dynamic that's willing to be like, react to the actual things happening. This is really fucked up. Like things are really bad. And she's kind of like, I think, kind of viewed as, like, really dramatic and very likely to ruin everything. But it's like, thank God she ruins everything in the end. Like, or she doesn't really ruin it, but she is kind of the only one not willing to settle for the absolute bullshit that's happening.
Right. Exactly, and I think because she is so, like, brash and loud, they're like, "Oh, well, she will cause trouble no matter what," but, like, someone has to. Because Claire I do love Claire, and she's the only person in the whole show with an actual name, which I thought was interesting, or that we learn her name. Yeah, so it's her so
Yeah.
but Claire also, like, kind of annoys me though too sometimes, where I'm just like, "Dude, like, just chill the fuck." I get that life is hard, your husband's a piece of shit, you have a weird stepson, I get it, but, like, chill out, dude, you know?
I forgot about her creepy stepson. Yeah, and I think that, like, I do like that in a lot of ways it's a love story between Fleabag and Claire. Yeah, Fleabag and the hot priest. Because then at the end of it, I mean, I love the sister love story. Shout out Izzy, what's up, girl? Um, but
That's
shout
Sophie too.
out Sophie.
Yes,
Um,
Sophie.
Sophie. Um, but I do feel like they're at, like, a really different place. Like, I think she and her dad have kind of reached an understanding of sorts. Like, maybe there's some sort of closure there, but it feels like they're not gonna be close.
Yeah.
But I do feel like she and Claire have kind of broken through to each other in the end, which is really sad. Like, they're allies in the end, which is really satisfying. But it takes a long time to get there. Like, it's not
I
pretty.
can't remember if it's the first episode of the second season. I think it is. And they start at the sort of like this weird dinner that has the hot priest. It's
Yes,
the hot priest
season 2.
dinner. And yes, and everything is just going absolutely crazy. And Claire has a miscarriage.
Yeah.
And Fleabag sort of says she's having miscarriage because Claire won't acknowledge that she is. And then in the meantime, this is a subtle tension between the hot priest and Fleabag. But one of the sweetest sister things ever is that, I mean, it was the worst dinner, for to say the least. And so
Yeah.
that's just trying to make the sister go to the emergency room. And so at the end of all of that, finally they're in the car and they're gonna go to the emergency room together.
Yeah.
And then, but then the sister goes, or Claire says, but the hot priest though, or something like that.
Yes.
It's hot or something, or like the priest.
Yes.
This love that.
That's such a realistic sibling moment too, where, like, things are crazy, I hate each other, but at the end it's like, he's pretty hot, right? Like,
Yeah.
so
But the
I love that.
Like he's not
And the prince is like, okay, if I remember correctly about Cinderella, like, Prince Charming is like a throwaway. Like, it's not
Yeah.
that he's like a fleshed out character. I feel like the prince is like the opposite. Like,
Yes.
he's so strange and so quirky and so hot. Like, I don't know how they
Yeah.
created. He's kind of a bumbling idiot and some
Yeah.
at the same time really, really intense. I can't think of another character like that that, like, to me exudes raw sexuality, but he's not. And but he's like a buttoned up priest that, like, can't not spill his tea all over them. Like, he's not trying to be cool.
Yeah.
Somehow succeeds in being like everything. But did you think he was hot?
You know, I think yes and no. Like, I don't think Andrew Scott is that attractive per se. He doesn't do it for me, but I get like his vibe was hot. You know what I mean? Where I was just like physically not into him, but like, yeah, he's just so authentic. I think is maybe what it is. Is he's like intense. He's kind of an idiot. He's a priest, but he's sexy. But he just exists and just is, whether or not he means to be, and it just like oozes out of him. But I don't think I didn't find him physically attractive, but I was like, I get there's something there.
But I only have eyes for Simon, but
Yeah,
I can't ignore feelings towards.
yeah, I'm afraid that, like, the hot priest is a little too short and a little too not stick figure enough for me, but, it's fair enough, but I get it, you know what
I
I mean?
think that Michael pointed out. I think it was Michael who, because we watched it again together somewhat recently, but he pointed out that when she does those things where she breaks the fourth wall, nobody ever notices, but the priest comments on it
Yeah.
every time. So I think it's also just really attractive to see her, like, to see her connect with someone who actually really does notice her and see her. It is, like,
Yes.
so attentive to her because, I mean, she's mostly living in just so much chaos with her own bad sexual choices, and then her, like, dad being horrendous, her mom and her sister and her brother-in-law being horrendous. So it's like he's just such a relief.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I saw some, like, video analysis of that too, where, like, he's the only one that can see her talk to the camera because he does see her truly as a whole person. He really just gets her, and it kind of they immediately got each other, which I think is, like I think that's also very sexy too, because that just, like in real life, that doesn't really happen. I don't feel like that often, you know what I mean? So, it's so tragic because they can't be together either, you know what I mean? That makes it even more like, "Oh god," you know what I mean? So I just that also so that adds to his sex appeal for sure. Is also she can't have him, even though she does, but then she really can't have him at the end, and then just how quickly they connected is just really it's really beautiful,
Yeah, it really is. I tend to like I tend to dislike when you have two characters and they just love each other and you don't know why. I actually don't like
Right.
I find that usually to be lazy. Like I'm like, I want to know why, but they somehow make that connection like so palpable.
Yeah.
Like you don't need the explanation. Like you're just like that they have so much chemistry and such a strong connection just with these looks they're giving each other at the first dinner.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just like it's written so well.
It
Just
is.
their connection's so
It is.
I also love stories that are okay, yeah, they don't end up together, but sometimes love, if it's a positive love, it can be life-changing and bring you to a place that you weren't before, that you're permanently gonna be better for, and maybe that's more important is using that person, not using, but having that experience that gets you to that place than the relationship. And there's also the TV show, Ordinary People, I think it's called, and,
Okay.
like, I know some of my friends like that. It has Paul Mescal in it.
Oh, Normal People.
Normal, yeah, Normal People, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I love that show.
Yeah, I mean, some of my friends hated it and some of them loved it, but I really, really love that they don't end up together at the end
Mhm.
because of their amazing love story, they're able to really, really summarize. She's able to stay in one place and belong, and he's able to go explore in the world and have confidence in himself
Yeah.
because of each other. And they would never, and I know there's a roles where they get back together someday, but that's not the point for me. The point is being loved and seen so deeply and thoroughly by somebody that you can pursue your dreams.
Yeah.
And it's like similarly in Fleabag, I feel like she could be a good person because someone finally saw the good in her, and like it's a priest of all people, like
Yeah.
a person of religion and of God, like sees her and sees the good in her and loves her and almost walks away from everything for her.
Mhm.
And I think that really helps her get to a place of like, not to be cliche, but also of self love and acceptance too. And
Yeah.
forgiveness because of what happened, obviously, with her friend.
Right, and I think that last shot of her in at the end of season 2 where she's walking away and the camera tries to follow and she's like, "No, like, we're good." I excuse me, I think that's, like, a good example of that too, where yeah, I feel like it's a love story between her and the priest, also her and her sister, but really her and herself too, like, self-forgive and I think
Yeah.
forgiveness for like, self-forgiveness too, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really nice to watch her to kind of like see her through her journey because it really is kind of like, okay, she accidentally killed her friend.
Yeah,
Like she really did.
yeah,
And I don't know, it's kind of cathartic to see like somebody forgive themselves for something that's like that extreme and be like, okay, 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 I can be less hard on myself. Like I'm not a complete piece of shit. Like I got
right.
this. It's like it's kind of nice to go through that journey with someone and feel like better from it.
Right, exactly, and, like, cause I mean, by all accounts, we should hate her because
Yeah.
the reason why Boo died was because she got her fiancé or boyfriend to cheat on her with Fleabag and Boo's boyfriend hooked up together, and then Boo finds out, but she doesn't know who it is, and it's like so that's why she walks into ongoing traffic, so it's like, yeah, we should hate Fleabag, but it's like, there's something so, like there's so much humanity in her and in
Yeah,
the
she's
show.
so relatable.
Yeah, where it's like
Yeah.
she might be a nymphomaniac, perhaps, that might be what her problem is, or something, or needing the validation or whatever, but, like, but it's just interesting, like, how well written it is and, like, how yeah, like, how she also deserved to find love and be loved by the priest too, you know?
Yeah, she's an interesting character because I feel like there's a lot of, like, shows where we're watching someone that's just horrible, and that's the
Yeah,
point, like, they're the
yeah,
anti-hero,
yeah.
but she's really not that, like, she has done some horrible things, and she makes some really bad choices, but you really are rooting for her. At least
Oh,
I was, like,
totally.
you really want her to be okay.
Yeah, for sure. No, same here.
And
No, go ahead, Izzy.
she's also so oh, no, I was gonna say she's also so relatable because for me, the show is, like, undeniably feminist and really carried by the female characters, and she's independent and has such a ridiculous business, and is just going out there and doing what she wants and making her own rules.
Yeah,
But then on the other hand, it's not alienating in the sense of, like, feminism only looks like one thing. So I love how realistic it is when they go I think it's, like, one of the earlier scenes, but she and her sister go to some sort of, like, feminist
yes,
convention or speech, and I don't remember the question was, it's something like, "Who here wishes they were thinner?" or something like that, and
right.
nobody in the whole thing raises their hand, but she and her sister do.
Yeah,
And so it's like, right, because like, it's okay to be body conscious and to, like, have doubts and just be struggling with those kinds of things. Is I thought it was actually more honest that she and her sister raised her hand that the other people didn't.
Oh, for sure.
Also says she goes into like a confession circle with the priest at one point, and he asks her like what she was going to confess in front of everybody, and then she's kind of like he makes her, and she was like, well, I was just wondering if I'd be a worse feminist if I had bigger boobs.
Yes.
It's like things like that that are perfectly balanced her for me.
Yeah. Oh, same. And like I've also so I know what scene you're talking about because it was in the first episode where the lecturer
Yeah.
was like, who would in here would take 5 years of their life, take off 5 years of their life for the perfect body, and they both raised their hands.
Yeah.
Look, I would do it too. Which 5 years? Like I had some pretty rough years in man. I would happily give her those. You know what I mean? Uh, and then yeah, and same thing with like I can relate to them. I would probably be less of a feminist if I had bigger boobs too. I'm gonna be honest. You know what I mean? I have to be conscious of these things because of the body that I've been given. It's so relatable.
It really is.
But man, I mean, yeah. So I take it you guys both find the priest hot, right? You think he's
I
hot?
thought he was like the hottest. I thought he was so unbelievably hot. Yeah, like, unbelievably hot. Like he's like Jasmine hot. Gone mad.
Like
For me, yeah.
he's
But I can't even really explain it because like it's
Yeah.
he's such a bizarre. He's such a bizarre. He's so intense.
Huh.
And yeah, I guess what you said, like he's so not trying to be something he isn't,
Yeah,
is really appealing.
I think so too.
He has these like tiny little eyes that like that doesn't make him sound hot, but I think it really is the intensity thing for me. But I thought it's funny hearing you say that you didn't think he was like the hottest person because I thought that that was a given, and I was talking to my mom and my aunt about it recently, and they seemed like a little taken aback by like how much I truly thought he was hot. But his name's Hot Breeds. Come on, guys, can we read our
Yeah.
literally? They
So
told us.
yeah, they told us what the name.
He's hot.
Yeah, his first name is hot. His last name was green.
And she's always like, his beautiful neck. Like, can't get over his neck.
Yeah, his arms. Yeah.
Yeah. Izzy, you thought he was really hot too, right?
oh yeah. Like I think it's just the level of intensity and then the level of like, although I'm not a church person at all, just like his level of dedication and passion for what he does, and then his level of intensity, and then his openness and his funniness and his clumsiness and his sincerity, like all of that to me was just really, really hot.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
And isn't there like a scene where she like surprises him at his house and he's wearing his pajamas or something?
Yeah, it's really
Like,
cute.
so cute. Also, Izzy and I have this really weird, I can't call it a habit because it's unintentional, but we like somehow miss pivotal episodes of every TV series we've ever watched, but don't know we didn't see that. So we'll just be like, this is surprising, but okay. That happened with Fleabag. Like we missed 2 episodes that are sort of the most important episodes in establishing their relationship. So when we first saw it, we thought he just suddenly arrived at her door and they had sex. But we were like, okay, that made sense to us because we just accepted their connection. But when I watched it again somewhat recently with Michael, we were like, oh my God, what is this? Like we haven't seen it. So we missed like at least 2 episodes. So
Oh my God, you
we did
guys.
we did the same thing with normal people. We missed an episode and it made the whole entire show actually relatively confusing. But instead of being like, I think we missed something, we just like
went with it.
watched it again eventually, and then we're like, oh yeah, like this does make more sense. So that apparently happens to us.
The Fleabag's good, even if you miss pivotal episodes.
Yeah, Fleabag solid. That's so funny. Where it's like, oh, he just showed up. Like he just decided to throw away God and everything. And he put up.
Act.
Yeah, like well, look at her. Who wouldn't? You know what I mean? Like, come on. They are two attractive people together, and I love nothing more than watching two hot people get it on. You know what I mean? I love it. You know, that's why I love Aladdin too. I love two hot people getting together.
Hot. Yeah. Isn't I had an Aladdin? I had Barbie doll growing up, and that was like my first real crush.
Oh.
He was incredible. His head came on and off.
Have you seen him? Have you seen All of Us Strangers with Paul Mescal and Hot Priest?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay,
it
cool,
combines both TV shows too. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I love that movie. It's really good.
Me too. It's so
We do too.
It's really good.
So sad, but like I love. Yeah, they were just two hot people getting it on. Although I don't think Paul Mescal's that attractive either. To come to think of it, do you guys think he's cute?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
I don't think he's as cute as Hot Priest.
yeah,
He has a little bit of like a sad boy thing going on.
yeah.
I don't know, but I do think he's hot for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Izzy?
Yeah, I think the hot priest, it's for me, it's the hot priest. And so then the hot priest is hot with Paul Mescal because Paul Mescal is an attractive person.
Mhm.
But I don't find Paul Mescal, I think for me it's always sexiness, and that's an X factor that I could never describe why someone has it or doesn't have it.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like what the hot priest just has that. It makes sense for me that people also don't find that in him.
Yeah.
Like same for Paul Mescal. I can say that's an attractive person, but not like
One of my guy friends like
gonna
freaked
yeah.
out over people thinking he was like, Laura, do you think the hot priest is hot? And I was like, oh my God, yes. And then he was like, why? And he got upset about it. He was like, all these girls I know
Why?
he was like, all these girls I know like love the hot priest. But then in the end, he was like, I was trying to think of a comparison. And I was like, the only thing I could think of was that like it seems like a lot of guys really love Zoe Deschanel or however you say her name.
Yeah, Zoe
And like
Deschanel.
I don't get that personally. Like I think some people
Really?
yes, I think some people are hot, but she I don't get it. But then
Interesting.
but then he was like he really, really likes her. So I was like, maybe that's a comparison. Or maybe she's more generically hot and I'm just bad with my comparison.
No, no, I think that's I feel like she is, like, renowned for being hot, but, like but I get why I also can get why people are like, "Eh, not for me." I would say, like, maybe Anna Kendrick would be a good comparison because like, guys love
Oh,
her
yeah.
for some and I think she's cute, but I'm also just like but they think she's the hottest person ever. I don't know, like, it's just
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
interesting.
no, I get that. She looks a little bit like a Barbie doll. A
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
she's
I didn't mean to say it that way. Like she's like a child. She's like Skipper, like Barbie doll's little sister, where your head's not
yes,
just big for your body.
yeah.
I do find her to be really attractive, but I do
She's very cute, yeah.
she's really cute. Yeah, but I see what you're saying because a lot of guys are like she's so hot, and I'm like,
Yeah. I wonder, yeah, that's she's a good example. I'd say maybe well, Aubrey Plaza is beautiful, but kind of the quirky girls, you know what I mean? Kind of, I think
yeah,
Andrew Scott is a little kind of a quirky guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe it's like they have a level of intensity,
Yeah.
but they don't have a level of intimidation. And I think
Yeah.
that's like an interesting thing to achieve. And so it's like being very intense, but also not intimidating. And I think like maybe that would also be the case with like, I mean, I don't know with the girl case, I don't know that Anna Kendrick or Zoe Deschanel are intense, but I do think they're not intimidating. Like
Right.
maybe it's in their case they're attractive but not intimidating.
Right. Oh, maybe and I do think this woman is incredibly beautiful, but Christina Ricci might be a good example, because she's intense, you know?
mhm,
Maybe,
mhm.
but everyone thinks I also think she's beautiful, but I know men who are just like obsessed with her. And I'm just like, but she has interesting features, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't say she's like a Margot Robbie level hot. Now I feel like we're bad feminists. Sorry. No, I realize.
No, no, like response on a generic like
Yeah.
some people
Yeah.
know that men are gonna think are hot because they have big boobs and a tiny, tiny waist, and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not surprising that you guys like that.
Yeah. Yeah, of course you think, Olivia Rodrigo's hot, she's, 22 and she's got a huge rack and a great voice, why wouldn't you think she's you know what I mean? Of course you're gonna think, those people are hot, but yeah. Yeah, I wonder I feel like women also maybe attraction works different for us though too,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Well, Izzy and I tend to not be like super attracted to like, okay, for example, I think that Brad Pitt's a wonderful actor and he's not
Yeah.
displeasing. I can see why people find him to be really hot. I don't think he's ugly by any means, but there's something about like how perfect he looks that like it makes him slippery. Like I can't hold on to his features. Like I literally
Mm.
cannot register him as a human. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
mean,
kind of beautiful thing, but it doesn't translate into sexy for me because like I don't
yeah.
know. Say
Yeah.
slippery doesn't really work, but, like,
No, I totally get
can't
it.
grasp, like, the idea of him.
Yeah, I just can't yeah.
Or him at all, Veritas.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. He is someone like him, and there's I would say people think the Hemsworth brothers are really handsome, and they are conventionally good-looking guys, but I just don't really I'm like, yeah, you exist, and you're good looking, you're symmetrical, whatever. Although, and I just don't think guys really think about it that way. Although I do have actually a fun story to share off air about some of our friends. This can't be shared on air. That actually this whole thing is making me think about a conversation that I had with two of our friends, um, not that long ago. And so I'll share that with you guys when we're done recording. But yeah, maybe guys' attraction just are like, oh, she's hot. That's end of story. You know what I mean? I wonder if that's the case. You know?
We need to
But then okay, but then it's like funny because then me and Michael think all of the same girls are hot.
Really?
Like, and he can tell like who I'm like, which girls I'm attracted to.
Yeah.
He's usually attracted to them too, so it's like funny. But
I love
my
that. I love that about you guys.
needs an X factor.
Yeah. Michael's very special in so many ways, and, like, just there's not a lot of people that exist, like him, you know what I mean?
Shout out Michael Sadler.
Yeah, Michael, this has now become the Michael podcast. Is that what were we talking about again? Like, no, Michael's gonna do this podcast, hopefully soon. I need him to fill out the form. This is not me pressuring you, Michael, if you're listening. Just do it whenever you're ready. Um, so what are some so I think we talked about this already a little bit with Cinderella and Fleabag, but what are the correlations between the 2 that you see, if any? Hmm,
Um, so definitely with the evil stepmom,
yes.
like strong presence in both of them. There's a sort of a Gus presence in Fleabag with like what's the hamster thing's name? Is it a guinea pig?
Oh, yeah, the little guinea or something? Yeah.
Name.
I can't remember its name either.
But,
Hmm.
yeah, I don't. It's a good question.
I think in both, I mean, the most like surface comparison is just that like the presence of a really bad female mom character in their life,
Mhm.
and then also being not seen for who they are in either case.
Yes.
Obviously, like she doesn't go from like servant to princess, but she goes from like viewing herself as a piece of shit to like viewing herself as someone who deserves to be happy.
Yes.
And so I think in both cases, these women like flourish. Just in one case, it's very dated because they flourished by being a princess.
Right.
But on a more basic level, it's just like a coming of age or coming into oneself, like in either case.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're both satisfying, like transformational stories. Even though Cinderella's is obviously like basic, like I go to ball, man thinks pretty, my life's good. And like Fleabag's is like obviously a lot more involved. And she's a lot more like Cinderella's so good. Like you can't
Mhm.
watch Cinderella and be like, oh, she's made some bad choices. Like she just is the victim.
Right.
Whereas Fleabag has more of a hand in her own situation, which makes her inherently more interesting. But they are both characters that like when we meet them, they're in really bad places, and when we leave them, they're in much better places. So that's like satisfying about both the stories.
And I think that their love stories are unlikely. Like, she's not at the ball to be potentially, she's not even allowed to go to the ball, but then her fairy godmother helps her get to the ball. And so their love story is very unlikely. A prince with someone who's like basically being like chained to their own house.
Yes.
And then similar with the Fleabag, it's this person who's not religious and who has done something very unethical that ended in the death of their friend. Is with a priest who should be celibate, like not
Mhm.
should it's according to their tradition, should be celibate.
Right.
Both of those are very unlikely pairings. I know in Fleabag's case, they don't stay together, but I think in, like, my adulthood, I do love unlikely pairings.
Yeah.
Still, stories of unlikely pairings and stories of unlikely of someone who whether it be, like, in Cinderella's case, it's sort of more of, like, a rags to riches thing, but just like in Fleabag's, I would just say a rock bottom to finding yourself story is very satisfying also. I think less in the Cinderella case, but that is a similarity, but more in the Fleabag case.
Yeah. No, I agree with you guys on both of those.
And there is comic relief in both of them. Like I can't remember
Yes.
Cinderella as well. So Cinderella in my memory is not funny at all, like personally.
Mhm.
But the mice are, and
Yeah.
she herself is not funny. Like she's not in my memory bringing comedic relief. But there are characters in it that are like really really fun,
Yes.
that bring a lot to the plate, and like fun scenes that happen. Like the animals being transformed and a pumpkin being a carriage, and
Yeah.
like there's fun. It is kind of a dramedy in its own way, also.
Yes. I agree. There's a lot of good pockets of levity in Cinderella that are kind of like with Fleabag, where it's like, yeah, this is like, if you look at like Cinderella, it's like, it's pretty fucked up. This girl's become a slave in her own home because her dad decided to die. But and he decided to marry a piece of shit. And so it was this poor kid. Yeah. So she, so it's inherently a very dark story, but yeah, there's a lot of levity to it. And I would agree with you on both of those analyses for sure. I like that.
Any
Both,
parallels that you saw that you thought about?
Yeah, I think just, like, kinda you guys kinda touched on it already too, but just, like, where they start and, like, they both are they have pretty low self-esteem, both of them at the beginning of both of their journeys. And yeah, just through the transformation, whether it's, like, getting a new outfit and going to the ball or just, like, I guess even it is very dated for Cinderella, but for her, it is, like, self-expression. Like, "Oh, I get to, like, go out and be a person and be seen as an equal in society," is kinda how I looked at it, and I feel like Fleabag, she didn't see herself as, like, a worthy person until the end where she felt love and felt seen and acceptance too, so I think it is that really cool journey for both of them where it's, like, starting out pretty low, where they're treated less than human or they think of themselves as less than human, and then they get to the end where it's like, "Oh, like, I am okay, I am loved, I do have a good I have a good life," so that's the main one for me.
Yeah. Oh, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Because
Round of applause for both
and
Cinderella.
because Cinderella didn't go to the ball to try to like get chosen by the prince. She went to the ball to try to like get to go to the ball.
Yeah, she just wanted to live life.
Her goal wasn't even like, yeah. But yeah, and also we also have to like give Cinderella the fact that it really was released in the 1950s.
Yeah.
So like she's not so she is dated, but it's not her fault.
Right, yeah, she can't help it. But, and then I have 2 more rapid fire questions, and rapid fire, answer them as fast as you'd or as slow as you'd like. The first one is, if you could recast both movie and TV show with, all Muppets, but keep 1 human being in both projects, who would be the human being that you'd keep?
Everything's a Muppet other than
Yeah,
one person.
yeah, yes, in both.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, I think for me and Fleabag, everybody's a Muppet other than the hot priest. Because I want to see him interact with the Muppets, honestly.
Right, I'd
I
love to
mean,
watch that.
imagine like him and like I just think Fleabag would be a naturally really good Muppet.
Yes, I think so
Like
too.
she has features that would be like really really fun to exaggerate in Muppet form, and
Yeah.
like her stepmom being an incredible Muppet,
Oh my god, yes.
and like
But interestingly, I would choose everybody to be a Muppet except for the stepmom because the stepmom's
Ooh.
so ridiculous and she's such an asshole that it's like funny that she'd even like be taking the Muppets like seriously and just like be even like that much more of a bully.
Right, being mean to the
Keep
Muppet?
her as a human.
I
Keep
watched
her as a human because she's so human
Yeah.
for this bad way.
what about you, Courtney? What about you?
Oh, man, I would probably keep Fleabag as Fleabag and just let her interact with the Muppets. I just think that'd be so because I feel like yeah, I just think that'd be really fun to watch, and also, for me, it's hard for me to replace her. Or I would keep Claire, and everyone else would be Muppets, and I think Claire would lose her fucking mind, you know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, she did anyway.
Claire's like the least capable of handling a Muppet world.
No, she could not with that fucking, like, fuck-ass haircut that she has, like, um,
And Cinderella, I think, leaves the fairy godmother human, but I guess she's not human, but she looks human.
right,
I don't
humanoid,
think she's
yeah,
human.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if they live action Cinderella, I guess like
Yeah, I think so, yeah, just for the sake of the game, like, yeah, let's make it live action.
live action Cinderella. Well now I just want live action Cinderella with animated Gus Gus to happen. But okay, anyways.
Oh,
Okay, Muppet Cinderella. Everybody's a human. Everybody's a Muppet except okay, I want everybody to be a Muppet again, but Prince Charming. Because like that'd be so funny if he like just falls like the love stories like him and like Muppet Cinderella. Because like Muppets
yes.
never like they're always frumpy in their own right, right?
Yeah,
But
they're all kinda raggedy. Yeah, they don't have a lot they're not super sexy, I wouldn't say.
yeah, Prince Charming's
You're right,
always
so bad
very
Cinderella beat.
oh go ahead.
No, Cinderella has to be a Muppet because you have to put the glass slipper on the Muppet foot.
I think this is just like
Yes.
proving for you that like I think Muppets and humans having a love story is like really cute. So
Yeah,
some,
I love
maybe
it.
there's something in
I'm
there.
into it. I think there's something there.
What about you though, Courtney?
I would probably keep I think in this, I would probably keep, like, hmm, good question, I didn't think about this. I would probably I'd probably keep this I would keep the evil stepmother in Cinderella, and everyone else would be a Muppet. Hmm.
That's interesting because I chose the evil
Yeah.
stepmother in Fleabag.
Yeah, 'cause I wanna watch her just, like, boss around, like, this poor Muppet Cinderella, just, like, be so nasty to her, you know? Like, it'd be so, like it would just make her even more evil, you know? But, yeah, I would keep the evil stepmom, for sure.
Like I love how your brain works because that really is such a random question.
Oh, I was like, this would be fun because I love the Muppets, and so I'm like, how can I incorporate things that I love into other things that I love? And so, but also,
I love how you come up with the question and also not having thought about it at the same time. Like that's not
yeah,
like an incredible combination.
yeah, I'm just like, oh, I don't have to answer this. I'm the one. I'm the interrogator here. And then final question for you guys: what is your go-to movie slash TV show, snack, or drink? Whether you're in the movie theater or you're at home with your friends, what do you gotta have?
Okay, the movie theater, 1,000% popcorn. I am one of those people who loves movie theater popcorn and then a Coca-Cola.
Oh yeah.
For sure in the movie theater. At home, have you ever had hot munchies?
No.
That it's like a chip bag. It's a mix of chips. So not the regular munchies, but the hot munchies is hot Cheetos, hot Doritos, pretzels, garden salsa.
Wow. What are those called? Like
The Chex Mix or
like no. I think both forget that's true. Now you can't eat that time. There's a
Sun chips. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's garden salsa, sun chips, hot Doritos, hot Cheetos, and pretzels. And the combination is amazing. It's hot, but then the pretzel dulls it back.
and the Doritos and the sun chips are miniature. They're like in miniature form.
Miniature.
I love that you guys stay on theme with the miniatures as well.
And then I would say root beer as my drink in that case.
Oh yeah, root beer. Mm.
But I do love gummy candies and especially twin snakes. The gummies were one side sour, one side sweet.
Oh, I love those. Oh my god, they're so good.
Yeah. Those are a go-to. What about you, Door?
Yeah, I mean, isn't I like essentially only watch things together? So those are like my go-to snacks as well. I do really like sour punch straws.
Oh yes.
Those are really good. But otherwise, yeah, same. Hot munchies, sour punch straws.
Mm.
I like a good
Nice.
Twizzler every now and then if they're stale.
Oh well, yeah, stale Twizzler really
Yeah,
awesome.
because then you can chew it for like an hour.
Yes.
And I appreciate that Grace always eats Milk Duds, and that I love that. I love eating a bunch of Milk Duds with her, but I don't have Milk Duds at my house.
I love Milk Duds. My like teeth are unstable, so I can never tell when it's gonna be like it for like who's gonna come out on top, me or the Milk
Right.
Dud.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, what about you, Courtney? What are your go-tos?
My go-to is I'm not a huge eater when it comes to watching movies in the theater. Oh, that rhymed. But I will when I'm in the theater. Uh, sorry. Our- when I when I'm in the theater, unless I'm doing like a double feature of sorts, I probably won't eat. I'll probably just get some wine or a beer or something like that and some water. But if I'm doing like a double feature or seeing like, or just there the whole day, then I'll get some popcorn because I love popcorn. But for me in the theater, when I'm chewing, I don't like to hear the sound of my own chewing. I'm trying to pay attention to the movie. I don't have subtitles usually, unless it's a foreign movie. So I struggle to focus, and I really am like I treat going to the movies like my church. It's like that's like my religion. So people go to church, I go to the movie theater. So for me, it's like if I have some wine, or like a beer, I'm set. And then at home, really anything goes. I'm always watching movies, so like I'm probably gonna finish. I'm probably gonna pop on a movie after this and make some dinner on this week. So I'll probably just have like a frozen dinner and like a glass of wine. Or I like wine, and so that's it. So my answer is wine and beer. That's my snack.
What frozen dinner are you having?
Oh, it's gonna be Trader Joe's. They have like the burrito bowls that I get. But it's like regular burrito bowl, but they have quinoa in there too, so it keeps me moving. You know what I mean? So it keeps everything as it should be. So Izzy and Laura, thank you for being on the pod tonight. Really appreciate you being on. Can you just tell the audience where they can find you and what you have going on?
Yes, okay. So you didn't know which one was gonna we didn't know which one was gonna talk. Okay, so you can find us playing music with Heinous Orca, or you can find us making miniatures at our house that we also sell at crafts markets but aren't anytime soon. We're vaguely hard to find, but you can also find us with our friends. And if you are our friends, you know where that is. Sorry.
This is the best plug that I've had on this podcast so far. Oh my god.
Izzy, I'm gonna put you in the question.
I like find us if you fucking care.
Yeah, if you want to. Well, Lauren, Izzy, thank you so much for being on the pod, and everyone, thank you for listening, and we'll see you again soon. This has been Core Memory, a podcast about movies, and I'm your host, Cortney Warner. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Please feel free to like and subscribe on anywhere that you get your podcasts. Would absolutely love the support on there. If you enjoyed today's episode and any of our other episodes, also we are on Instagram at Core Memory Pod. Please feel free to give us a follow on there as well if you want any behind the scenes tidbits or any kind of fun visuals on there. And again, thank you for listening, and we hope that you'll listen again soon.